Hey, it's Wednesday night and it's time for a Rebel Wrap-Up. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching FYNTV.com. We're at Circuit World here in Blue Ridge. Before we get into the show, we want to let you know that the fall sale has started at Circuit World at Blue Ridge. Come in here, check it out. Tell them Fetch Your News. In fact, I'd give something away if I could, but I could get in a little trouble. But that's how good the deals are. Come in and check out Circuit World at Blue Ridge for their fall sale. Right now, we want to thank Blue Jeans for our pizza they provide right in downtown Blue Ridge. They provide the pizza for our players and coach. Tonight, head coach Jim Pavo for the Fan and Rebels. Rebel Wrap-Up on FYNTV. Head coach Jim Pavo. And we have defensive back and wide receiver Austin Brown and nose guard Keenan Putnam with us tonight. Don't forget, Team FYN Sports writer Daniel Jones, Player of the Week, is junior running back, defensive back Jonah Henry. So congratulations. You can find our Player of the Week on FetchYourNews.com. Fannin County, click on Team FYN Sports. We're talking 3A, 3A Region 7 football. So before we get started, because we're deep in, let's go over all the standings and where things shake out for this week. 3A Region 7, Greater Atlanta Christian is 2-0. Dawson County is 1-0. Lumpkin County is 1-0. North Hall is 1-1. Union County is 1-1. Fannin County is 0-2, and East Hall is 0-2. Some game scores from this past week in the region. Dawson County over North Hall, 45-27. Union County over East Hall, 51-45. Lumpkin County over White County, 20-14, and Greater Atlanta Christian 52 over Fannin 10. This upcoming week, now Fannin has a bye week. Your Fannin Rebels will be off this coming Friday night, preparing for Dawson to come to town. Is that the 14th of next week? Next week, October 14th. We'll get the date, but not this week. There's a bye week, but Dawson County will be coming to town next Friday. East Hall, upcoming games this Friday night. East Hall at North Hall, Union County at Dawson County, North Hall at Lumpkin, and Greater Atlanta Christian at East Hall. Coach, thanks for being here tonight. The Greater Atlanta Christian, they are the team that you knew where you were going. You knew the team you were going up against. Doesn't change things. A loss is a loss, and you go down and you want to show well against a team like that. But what do you think were some of the factors that you were not able to really get the wheels going?
Yeah, well, I mean, we started out, first kickoff, they run it back, so you're down in the hole, with 7-0 with 15 seconds into the game. But, offensively, we got the ball, and we had a big player self, and all of a sudden it was 7-7. We got a couple stops on defense. Then we had a couple opportunities to get a couple more stops. We're in 3rd and long, in that first half 3 different times on 3 different drives, and we couldn't, we had opportunities to get a stop, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 14, or 3rd and 9, and we didn't get a stop, and that led to touchdowns. And then we had a 4th and 8 where we didn't get a stop, and that led to a touchdown. So we're, the score, you think they just kind of ran all over us, and when you look at it on film, you're saying, if we just made that play, now we're not talking about like a 3rd and 2, or we're talking about out in the middle of the field, 3rd and 12, and you just got to get a stop right there. They'd already got a couple first downs, and you just need to stop right there, and we just didn't do it. We just didn't get that done. So those are some things we were working on this week. Working on some situations. 3rd and long, 3rd and short. Today, matter of fact, today we spent 30-40 minutes working on situation defense and situation offense, because we're in the same thing offensively. We had a couple of situations where we were 3rd and mediums, 3rd and short, down in the red zone a couple of times and didn't convert. And against a team like that, if you are on defense and you give up a 3rd and long, they're probably going to score.
Exactly.
And then offensively, if you're down in the red zone and you're kicking field goals or you're getting stopped on 3rd and long down in their territory, they're you got to stay in pace with them, basically.
Right.
So they're a good football team, and we knew that. and the kids played hard. We made some mistakes. We've got to work on those, get stronger at those things that we didn't play well with them. Now, of course, when you got a quarterback like that they had, all of a sudden, at 3rd and 8, and we kind of coverage is pretty good, but he'd zip it in there and put it right there, and we're like waving at it and not making a play. But so I mean, athletic talent had a little something to do with that.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this in the past. I went down a couple weeks ago. I've watched them play, and I knew where you guys were going Friday night, and we would need more than 30 minutes of a show to start breaking down some of the things they got going on down there.
I mean, they have a lot of good talented players, and their quarterback is already committed to Stanford. Their tailback is a junior, and he's got 15 or 18 Division I offers, and but our kids, looking at our kids, they played hard. We just had a couple mistakes when we had opportunities, and when you're playing against a good team, you can't have mistakes. Like we said, we had to bring our A game, just to give us a chance.
Right.
And so it was one of those situations where I don't feel like we brought our A game. Kids played hard. We brought our A effort. But we just we didn't make a few plays that we needed to, and then all of a sudden it just kind of stretched, and it stretched out the lead. And then so it's we scored 10 points in the first half. We had total 300 yards offense, but we didn't score anything in the second half to kind of keep that keep the a little bit of pressure on them.
Guys, let me ask you this question because Coach, let me dovetail off what Coach said here. We understand last Friday night, that's over. You had to bring your A game, but you're at the point of the season where actually every game you need to bring your A game. I mean, not that you don't need to do that every week. So what are you guys, both of you take this one at a time here, what are you guys working on this week? What are you guys working on as far as, you're up to that point, you're going to be in game 3 of region play. It's that time of year, fall of the year. So what are you working on this week?
Me personally, I'm working on speed off the ball, when they first snap it, and shedding blocks. That's something I've been really working on this week.
What about yourself?
I've been working on just getting my coverages right, make sure I'm there when the ball's thrown, or if they're running outside, make sure I contain, just stay into where I need to be and get to where I need to be so I can do my job. What is
the team like out there? I mean, obviously the coach gets you guys together, and he talks to you about all the coaches about maybe missed assignments, what adjustments, what things have to happen. But as far as the team, the players, what are you guys talking amongst yourself this week that you got to do? I mean, what is the attitude amongst the team?
Really, our attitude amongst players is just being physical. No one's like D-line, we've not really been that physical, but this week we've really stepped up our physical game.
Physical. What do you say?
I mean, as defensive backs, we've kind of struggled all season so far, but we're just trying to pick it up, get our tempo up, and make sure that we're there when we need to be.
Coach, you said that, and how do you, I guess, get the A game now? Because you're pretty much in right now. We're Dawson. You went in there last year. You came home with a win, and these are guys that went to the third round.
Yeah.
Right. And you went in and you brought home. You went in and brought home the win. They're coming up here in 2 weeks. What do you do now to bring everything together? Because it is like time,
I think right now for us, it's just confidence. Continue, develop more and more confidence. I think we'll play at our highest level when we get it in our head that we can do that. So we just got to continue to develop confidence. I think we've had a good up-tempo week of practice, and, those are the types of things that you have to do. I mean, if you want to improve, you've got to have good up-tempo practices. We've had great 3 practices this week, and so, our guys understand, I think what's going to take for us to win. Now they've just got to get in their head that they have the ability to get those wins that they want, because I know they want to win. And right now we're sitting at 0-2 in the region, 2-4 overall. But we're playing hard. The kids are playing hard, and I appreciate that. And now we just got to play with a little bit more confidence, and not and make a play on third down. We're third and long defense, or make a play in the red zone on offense, and and you know we'll get things righted that way.
I'm your host BKP. You're watching Rebel Wrap Up from Circuit World on Wednesday night here from Circuit World in Blue Ridge. Don't forget they're having a fall sale. We always want to thank Blue Jeans Pizza. They're in downtown Blue Ridge here. Blue Jeans Pizza always provides the meal. Again, we're with head coach Jim Pavo and defensive back and wide receiver Austin Brown and nose guard Keenan Putnam. On Friday nights, let me just let you know, I know it's an off week, but I want to let you know on Friday nights, Daniel Jones is on the sideline. Go to FetcherNews.com, click on Fannin County, Team FYN Sports. He's always putting his player of the week and his article up. On Friday nights, you could follow all of the highlights on Twitter. Follow us at Fetcher News, hashtag Team FYN Sports, hashtag Fannin Football. We are always tweeting out all through the game, highlights and scores if you want to keep track of us that way. If you're looking on how to follow us, go to FetcherNews.com, and up in the right-hand corner is the symbol for Twitter, and you can find us there. We're going to take a brief break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Coach at Cali, drill down into this upcoming Dawson and what they're working on this week. Some of the drills maybe Coach is working on this week with the players, the Fannin Rebels. I'm your host, BKP. Take us to break there.
Hello, America. The first ever $5 flavor menu is here, and it's a game changer. For just $5 each, you can get a medium one-topping pizza, Wing Street Wings, a Hershey's cookie, and your other Hut favorites. A Pizza Hut pizza for just $5. It's the ultimate crowd pleaser. How are you feeling, crowd?
Very pleased, thank you.
We do what we can here.
$5 for a Pizza Hut pizza. How can we not be pleased?
Good crowd today. The $5 flavor menu, America's best pizza deal, only at Pizza Hut.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. It's Wednesday night, and that means it's time for Rebel Wrap-Up on FYNTV.com. We're at Circuit World in Blue Ridge. Don't forget, I keep telling you about the fall sale. Come in here and tell them Fetcher News sent you, but come in. They're clearing out the warehouse. And I'm going to tell you, when they clear out the warehouse, it's one of those everything must go. I'd give stuff away, but I'd get in trouble. They might charge you a little something. Come over and check out the fall sale. Blue Jeans Pizza, want to thank them We're here with head coach Jim Pavo, and we've got our guests back with us, Austin Brown and Keenan Putnam. Coach, what? Sometimes I stop and I think in the shows, really all I want to be is a conduit to the fans. So the fans that are up in the stands, they're going to have a home game at Dawson. Tell them at home and the people that were that are going to be up in the stands, what are some of maybe the adjustments? What are some of the things you see at this point of the year? Because it is year 3 that you and I have been talking about. This is our 3rd season. We've been talking about, hey, this is the year that everything should be coming together, and you've put that out yourself, right? You have done that, right? And so, what are the fans? What are you working on? What do they expect to see out of this team?
Yep. Well, what we're working on, defensively, is we're continuing to work on basic fundamental things, because you can never get too good at those things. Tackling, getting off blocks. We did this week a tackling, a block destruction circuit. We put guys in 3 different groups, and we started for 5 minutes just working on getting off blocks over here. 5 minutes, then after 5 minutes we'd rotate them, and then working on that and just getting off of blocks. Because again, there's 2 things defensively. If you can't get off of blocks and you can't tackle, it really doesn't make any difference what you're playing defensively, fronts, coverages, or anything. And then of course in the secondary we're trying to simplify things, because we do have a number of defensive backs that really this is their first year starting playing at the varsity level. So we're kind of simplifying some of the coverages. I'm not going to get into too much of it.
Right, I understand.
But we were simplifying some things and allowing them to just play with that confidence, to where they, because I think at times we've been here in some of these shootout type games where we've been kind of playing back on our heels a little bit, because we're almost like not sure really what our assignments are, because we're trying to be multiple in our coverages. So what we've done is kind of cut back a little bit on the things we're doing coverage-wise, and put them in a situation where now they can play a little bit more confident. And they, like I said, we just got to develop that confidence. So those are some things defensively. Offensively, they're continuing to just get back. We've moved to football. They're really, you move against a really good defense like Greater Atlanta Christian. You have over 300 yards. We just working on finishing. Red zone, short yardage. Situation type things where we keep drives going and not put us and taking care of the football, And so we've worked on those things really hard these 3 days this week, and obviously we'll continue to work on those things throughout the remainder of the season, because you can never get too good at those, playing red zone offense, or you can never get too good on defense tackling and getting off blocks, and then just where your defensive backs feel like they understand the scheme. Because again, they're the last line of defense. You can make a mistake as a defensive lineman or a linebacker, and if defensive backs are covered up, it's a 10, 15-yard game. But as a defensive back, of course, if you're back there and you're a little confused and you make a mistake, it's a touchdown.
Well, let me ask you another question. I'm gonna get the guys in here in a minute, but you're gonna be facing Dawson. Dawson is gonna be coming off a game against Union this Friday night. They're playing Union Friday night. You're going to see them after that game. But one of the things I'm looking at is, you played North Hall. You guys put 9 up against them, but then Dawson put 45 up against them. So, I understand that the scoreboard doesn't always tell the tale. Right. 9 against that. But just looking at some of the teams they're playing, what do you think you're looking at in 2 weeks?
Well, we're looking at a good football team, come in. We're looking at a good football team last year to come in, and so it's one of those things where what you're playing against, and again, we don't have a slouch team the rest of the year. So our guys, we've got to play well if we want to give ourselves a chance to win, and we understand that. We talked about this. We understand we've got to win at least 3 of the last 4 games to make the playoffs, and that's the goal. The goal is to make the playoffs, and so we've got to figure out a way to win, 3 of the next 4. Obviously, you want to win all 4, but we take one game at a time, like we always have. Next one in line is Dawson County. We've already started to prepare for them, and we'll just keep preparing and doing what we do best. Just work at it, and develop that confidence with players, and then when it's kickoff time, you get out there and you play. and you just got to make plays.
I think I think you're in one of the toughest regions, 3A period in the state.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's not an easy football game any Friday night.
No, there's no.
And I never knock a high school football team, but some of the other regions,
sure
they may be like, well,
they've got 3 or 4 good teams and 3 or 4 really poor
teams. You're in a region that every Friday night.
Right.
Guys, when we get back, I want to talk when we get back that we're at that point of the season that adjustments, tightening up, everything needing to work. We're at that point, and I want to hear what you guys, how you guys feel about how things are coming together. But we're going to take another quick break. I'm your host BKP, and you're watching Rebel Wrap Up on FYNTV.com. We get back, we'll talk to Coach more about what they're working on in the off week, preparing for Dawson, and some more 3A Region 7 football. I'm beginning to remember that. Take us to break, Cole.
Right now at Pizza Hut, you can get any 2 medium pizzas for $6.99 each. Get any toppings, any crust flavor, anything you want for just $6.99 each. And sweeten the deal with a Hershey's Triple Chocolate Brownie for just $5.99. Only at Pizza Hut.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
The summer sell down is on at Days Chevrolet in Jasper with huge savings up to 16% off MSRP. Save over $4,100 off Malibu Limited, now just $19,500. Save $9,500 on loaded Silverado Crew Cab LT, now only $38,700. Save up to 16% off MSRP on select new Chevys in stock during the summer sell down, going on now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
And we're back. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching Rebel Wrap Up on FYNTV.com. We're at Circuit World of Blue Ridge, and we want to thank also Blue Jeans Pizza, downtown Blue Ridge. That's Blue Jeans Pizza for providing the meal for the players and coach. I'm here with head coach Jim Pavo. Coach, I want to wrap up with the guys, but we're at that point of the season that we can't be coming back every week saying, well, we're working on this and we're trying to clean up this. It's it's time to institute everything we've worked on.
Right.
I mean, are you talking to the kids like that?
Yeah, I mean, time is running short, and we've been talking about, having that sense of urgency, and and we understand. I mean, the kids know they've got to win if they want to make the playoffs, and we've got to win. And,
well, I've watched you for the last couple of years, and the one thing, I've got a lot of respect for several things that you do on the field, but the one thing is you have always leveled with the team where they're at, and I never think it gets you anywhere if you don't level where you're at. And you are at that point of the year where every game you're going to work on something, but you're at that point of the year that the preseason workouts and the conditioning and the things you worked on early in the year, those things need to be coming together. Are they coming together?
I mean, I think they are. I mean, I think we're still in the like I said, for us, right now it's confidence.
Right.
It's playing with confidence and playing a little bit at swagger as compared to, I think we've been playing a little bit on our heels these last couple of games. And, so we've got to get, we've got to kind of get that confidence going. And that's the main thing. And that's, as a coach, you're always looking for ways to try to do that, but that's not easy. And really just got to get to where they kind of believe in themselves. They make a play, and they win a game that maybe people didn't think they were supposed to win. And so, I mean, but I think overall, things are coming along. Guys are stepping in, filling in. We've got several guys hurt now. We're hoping that some of them start gradually coming back off injury. So, it's kind of a work in process.
Let me wrap up with you guys tonight. I got one more question for Coach, but we don't want to leave without getting this. I've heard Coach say a couple times confidence. At this point of the season, obviously right now is the point of the season where, you're going to see the teams that their preseason conditioning, how hard they worked back in August. All right, Coach, those are the things that you're going to see now. But he keeps bringing up confidence. So what are you guys talking about on the field of, hey, it's time to be confident. We are a good football team. We have good talent. We have good people on the field. We can do this. So let me hear from you what you think about what Coach is saying about confidence.
Well, I mean, we've got the confidence, and a lot of kids, they started out not having that confidence. They would play, kind of scared. And then as they went on, they started realizing, hey, I've got the skill to do this. And I can kind of see the confidence just building up inside them. And I think this is going to be a really good game where they just pour it all out.
Well, I would never say you don't take it serious, okay? And I just would not imply that in any way. But are you guys talking out there that, hey, guys, reality check. We're playing region football. It's time to play football. It's time to get serious. Not that you haven't. Have you guys been looking at it more that way in the last week?
Yeah, we know. I mean, we know we're good. We know that we can beat the teams that we play. It's just getting the mindset that we need to do it, and we need to step up and actually do it instead of just thinking, hey, we can go out here and win. It's just the mindset that we need to go do it, put it in action instead of just saying it in our heads.
Coach, let me wrap up by asking you this question. Now, obviously, it's not the time where you change things up, but are you seeing at this point of the year some different players that need to step into different places? Are you seeing some adjustments?
Well,
are you seeing we're not maybe running a different defense or offense, obviously, but different players, different adjustments? Are you seeing things?
We're working on little tweaks here and there, offensively and defensively. Trying to find strengths. Where are our strengths with our players? And we're also at the same time, we're trying to, we've got several guys that are hurt, some of them are starting to come back, which will develop depth. And that's right now for us is depth. If all of a sudden we're playing with, instead of playing with 12 or 13 guys on defense and getting a little bit tired at times, You know, now we're playing 14, 15, or 16 different players. You know, so right now our depth, you know, these players that are coming back off injury here, hopefully fast. You know, that'll add depth to the team, which will make us a better team, which will be more competitive because now they're practicing and they're playing for playing time.
And this bye week is kind of staged at a perfect time.
Yes,
too.
and you know
it works out
it's
for
really
you.
helped us. It's going to hopefully help us there because, you know, again, if you're sitting there and you're the only guy in that position that you know, hey, I'm the only guy. You know, there's no competition, and so, you know, not saying that they're going to not practice hard or something like that, but there's not that sense of urgency, like, well, I better perform in the game because.
Well, you know, the bottom line
is
that's where I agree with you, Coach, and that's where we've always gotten along. Hey, football's football, and you need to know somebody could step in.
Right.
And that's how you play, and you've done it for years.
Yeah.
Coach, I appreciate you guys. You are a good team. You need to be confident because the next team you face, you have beaten, and you can beat them. So we know that. We know the talent you have on the field. Coach, I always appreciate you. Guys, I appreciate you tonight. You have been watching Rebel Wrap Up from Circuit World in Blue Ridge, Blue Jeans Pizza, downtown Blue Ridge. Let's see if I get everything I'm supposed to. FYNTV.com, fall sale, got it all. Follow us on Twitter at Fetcher News, hashtag Team FYN Sports Friday night. Now, Friday night, Fan and Rebel fans, if you want to keep up with the Dawson Union game, follow Team FYN Sports, hashtag Dawson Football, hashtag Union Football. I'm going over there Friday night. I'll be tweeting out if you want to follow that Friday night. You can keep up with that game. That'll be our game of the week for Team FYN Sports. And don't forget, 8 a.m. every morning, FYN TV. I do a show, Good Morning from the Office. Every once in a while I get a little opinionated. You never know what I might say. You might want to tune in. FYNTV.com. Let's go home.